Okay, here we are. I have intentionally taken a horrible photo for this purpose so I can try to recover it and show you how whatever photo you take will hopefully be much better than this, but you can you can use these tools to improve it to make it look as true to life as possible because that is the goal, not to improve upon what's already in existence, but to give me an accurate um, depiction of what's in your possession. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to select the marquee tool over here, and I'm going to come up to this. Usually it would be set on normal here. We need to come and go to the fixed ratio, and the fixed ratio I already have plugged in is the size of my piece. It's 32 inches by 44 inches. So I put that in here and here. Now I'm going to come up here, click and drag this marquee tool all the way over so it spans from the widest top end to the other end. Now we'll come up to image and crop. We'll crop that. So that's the beginning of what we have now. While the marquee tool is still active, we're going to go up to edit, transform, skew. So we skew this, we're going to pull this up, pull this up. We're going to have to shrink the screen a little bit here so we can see where we're going. We're going to pull this down, pull this down. Then we'll also grab the corners and drag them over. We want this to be a square. We don't want any of that background depicted. I apologize if you can hear the TV in the other room. Apparently, my family is watching Jeopardy. Okay, now we have a proper looking piece. The corners are squared off. It's in the right proportions. So next we're going to adjust the exposure. So if we click on image, come down to adjustments and exposure. I'm going to take this exposure, I'm going to brighten it and increase it some. That's closer to the reality that I'm looking at right now in my studio. I'm going to do OK on that. We're also going to come back to image adjustments and go to brightness contrast. See if there's anything there that we need to increase. Increase the contrast a little bit, increase the brightness some. And there we are, that's looking pretty nice. All right. After that, depending on what type of light you were looking at, or I'm sorry, not looking at, but what type of light you were photographing from, you may need to come down to image adjustments and then begin to adjust the whether it be the color balance or the hue saturation to make sure that you don't have too much of a blue or a yellow warm sort of tint to everything. So check that out. Mine's looking pretty good, so I'm not going to go any further with that. Now, this is looking good, but we need to make sure it's the right size. So if we come up to image and image size, it'll bring up a screen where I'm currently showing that this is 36 inches wide by 49.5 inches tall. That's incredibly large at a resolution of 72 inches. I'm sorry, 72 pixels per inch. The instructions say that we need 200 pixels per inch. Of course, that gets really, really big um, with the size that we're on. And we need the longest side, which would be the height, at 3,000 pixels. So what we're going to do is switch this from inches to pixels. You can see how much bigger it is now, 9,900 pixels as it is currently. We need to bump that down to 3,000. All right, this is looking better. And we're not going to mess with anything else. That makes this piece 3,000 pixels by 2,182 pixels. The resolution is 200 pixels per inch. That's following the directions. We'll hit OK there. You see on the screen it shrunk just a little bit, but this is good. This is appropriate for what I'm asking for in your digital portfolio. Now, lastly, we need to save this as a JPEG image and give it the file name that would be acceptable for the digital portfolio. So we're going to go up to File, Save As. All right, now I know where I'm going to save this. You can save it to wherever on your computer that will help you then get it to wherever else it needs to be. Underneath the format, this drop-down menu you have a bunch of a bunch of options here. You pick the JPEG image. I think by default it starts on the Photoshop file image. So, and then the title or the file name of this needs to be your last name underscore and then the name of the assignment. So my last name's already on there, but instead of these numbers, the title of this assignment particularly was chair. I think it was chair drawing. All right, so we're going to hit save. We're going to make it the maximum as far as image quality goes. We're going to go to the largest maximum capability here. Press OK, and that's it. Hope this helps. Email me with any questions. Thanks.